I swear by Almighty God that
Ultimately, he was responsible for Grenfell. Robert Black ran the tenant management organisation, who ran the housing for the council, Kensington and Chelsea. Despite his reported salary of £150,000, he had no qualifications.
Do you have any specific professional qualifications?
No.
Have you had any training that deals with fire safety in a social housing management role?
Not specifically on that matter.
I'm joined by Robert Black from...
We first spoke to him on the day of the fire. He insisted he listened to the safety warnings before the tragedy.
Why didn't you listen to the warnings?
So what I'd say to that, Nin, as a tenant management organisation, we do listen to people and we have listened to people.
But this document from 2009, 8 years before the fire, criticised the TMO for not having a fire safety policy.
Now, did you know when you arrived or shortly after you arrived that there was no TMO fire safety policy statement in existence?
No.
You didn't know that. Did you know that as of September 2009, 4 months on?
Probably not.
Did you know that at any time?
As we worked to develop one, yes.
72 people died in the tower. The inquiry has heard that vulnerable and disabled residents were overrepresented in the number of dead. And again, Robert Black's KCTMO were literally given red warnings about this before the fire.
We can see from that that's a red item, isn't it? So that's high risk. And you can see the part that says formal procedures to deal effectively with fire safety issues associated with disabled or vulnerable tenants. Was that done in the context of an emergency plan?
No.
The emergency plans at Grenfell were 15 years out of date at the time of the fire. And surely, as the boss of the KCTMO, the inquiry asked, this was his responsibility.
As the chief executive, you are ultimately responsible for a failure to keep these documents up to date lower down in your organisation.
Pass.
Pass?
Well, what I'm saying, I think I've answered once, twice, 3, 4 times, and that's it, really. It should have been updated. I'm not shying away from that.
Mr. Black will continue his evidence tomorrow. Rags Martel, ITV News, from the Grenfell Inquiry.